What's going on, Jets fans? Thanks for stopping in. Let me know if you've noticed this with our head coach, Robert Saleh. Now, for starters, I probably put too much emphasis on what these men say at the podium, for better or for worse. But I feel like I've seen an evolution, a maturation of Robert Saleh as a head coach and as a communicator and as a leader since he's taken over the New York Jets. In the beginning, one of the things that I didn't love about Coach Saleh was there seemed to be a lot of excuses, not necessarily for himself. He's never been one to buck the blame there, but for his players, which I guess you could infer as a lack of accountability or maybe low expectations. And it seemed almost like college coach energy. But you have to remember he was coaching a bunch of kids, right? 2021, I think the Jets had they started the most amount of rookies of any team. And then around last year when we faced some adversity, whether it be with the Elijah Moore trade request or Zach Wilson's benching, I think he really started to pull all the right triggers of, yes, I have your back. Yes, I'm going to say positive things about you in the media. And that's fine. He's never going to be a coach to rip a player in the media. And I'm totally fine with that. But you saw concrete examples of accountability. Is it ideal that Elijah Moore is traded? No, but we can't say there wasn't accountability. He got benched and he's no longer here, and he's not going to get a chance to catch passes from Aaron Rodgers. Maybe he kills it in Cleveland, but I think if he could have a do-over, he might want to hang around and see what it's going to be all about at MetLife Stadium this year. So, kind of good riddance there. And then with Zach, that's a tough decision. Nobody had more stake and more on the line in Zach Wilson's success than the two men, Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, who used the highest draft pick that our franchise has had in the 21st century on him. And to make that decision, okay, in hindsight, we were arguing about it at the time. Who knows who was right, who was wrong? I guess it doesn't matter a ton now that we have Aaron Rodgers. But that is a concrete example of accountability. Is it perfect accountability? Is it exactly how you or I would have handled it? I don't know, but it is accountability. And now you're seeing Robert Saleh take the podium this offseason, and you could tell the expectations are up a level. And this is what happens when you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers. There's the hidden value of having a four-time MVP, Super Bowl champion, future, no doubt, Hall of Fame quarterback, because it just lends credibility to everything that you do and you say. And you can hear that in Robert Saleh's tone. First of all, today or tomorrow, whenever I upload this, probably tomorrow, he said that the Jets are one of 6 or 8 teams who have a chance to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the expectation. Remember, his first year, we didn't hear anything about that. Then the next year, it was meaningful games in December. Check. We got that. Those games sucked. We laid down and died. We understand that. But we did get meaningful games in December. And now the expectation is we should be one of those teams on a short list that expect to win the Super Bowl. And yeah, if you get Aaron Rodgers, you better win the Super Bowl or it's not worth it. Good. Give me that guy. Why the hell would I want anybody else? Why would I make a massive quarterback investment and my goal is not to win the Super Bowl? My goal is to mill around. Thank you. That's the guy you freaking want. And that's why he's a Jet. And you can just, that breath of confidence and legitimacy that having Aaron Rodgers gives you is permeating through our coaching staff. And then it goes into the Mekhi Becton thing, which I know it's going to be a thing all offseason. So I'll say this at the top. I think it's fully possible that Mekhi Becton goes out there and is relatively durable and plays very well this season. I fully believe that. So I'm not in a Mekhi Becton hater camp or anything like that. But you see Robert Saleh when he's asked, Mekhi Becton says, I'm left tackle. And he kind of just scoffs and says, go on left tackle. It's a beautiful response. It's not throwing Mekhi under the bus, but it's a terse, and you read between the lines, and it's like, you know what he's saying. He's saying, dude, give me a break. And on offensive line, I'll close with this. What do you guys think? It's a long ways away, but there's so many possibilities. What do you guys think is the offensive line is going to be week 1? If everybody's healthy, how does it shake out? Because, a lot of you have told me, well, when Mekhi's healthy, he's the best left tackle on the team. So you just have your best left tackle at the most important position, then you figure it out from there. And that's a legitimate argument. You just get the primary piece figured out, and then you just play Tetris from there. There's also an argument just to get your overall best 5 on the field, which is what Robert Saleh indicated in his presser. But also, I don't know that that's the case. That I do think we're starting to remember Mekhi Becton's rookie year as like his prime Anthony Munoz. He had a few dominant games. He regularly showed dominant traits and dominant potential, but he wasn't like an all-pro left tackle as a rookie. And Dwayne Brown was a Pro Bowler as recently as 2021. Dwayne Brown has taken 1,500 snaps at left tackle since Mekhi Becton last saw the field, and Dwayne Brown played with one arm last year, and that's patched up, so he should be better. And Dwayne Brown hasn't said shit. Dwayne Brown's just going to put his helmet on and go. So the idea that Mekhi Becton, who is essentially a rookie, should be guaranteed something over Dwayne Brown, who has had a borderline Hall of Fame worthy career, and is strapping it up with one arm last year to the bitter end, that's crazy town. Now, here's the thing. I don't think Dwayne Brown should be guaranteed anything either. Nobody should. Competition at every single spot. I don't think the Jets should play favorites with veterans either. I don't think they should give Dwayne Brown like bonus points for his team first attitude. As a fan, I can appreciate that, but that shouldn't go into who's playing. You should play the people who give you the best chance to win. Maybe it's Mekhi, maybe it's Dwayne Brown, but I think it's kind of crazy to sit here and pretend like we know which one when there's so much variance between both of those players. I think it'll end up being Dwayne Brown on the left, and then Mekhi Becton is available. He looks great. He looks like a freaking tight end, man. So I'm excited to see him on the field, but I think it's going to be on the right-hand side. And we'll talk about this team tomorrow. Go Jets.